Mark. Ladies and gentlemen and subspecies, my name is LordMMO, and this is Demigod. Demigod is a MOBA, that's Multiplayer Online Battle Arena, and it comes from us from Stardock. In Multiplayer Online Battle Arena, if the name doesn't sound familiar to you, think Dota, Dota 2, League of Legends, etc. This has multiplayer, it also has single player. It's got a really nice, I don't want to say campaign, it's got this thing called Tournament, which is just a bunch of skirmishes back to back. It's got a mod manager, which is pretty interesting. I have yet to see any mods for this game, though. Manage your profile. It's got achievements, which is really nice. The achievements are also based on which character you play the most. They are all separated by character. So I will be taking a look at this today. It was either this or LOL. So I was like, Demigod. All right, first thing, options. This is just I don't even know. WASD, all control camera. You can move the camera in this game. It's actually pretty vital, but the keys are not rebindable. I actually had to rebind my abilities to Z, X, C, and V to get the closest thing to the LOL setup. I'm just used to the LOL setup, and in any MOBA game I will adjust the keys as such, but I can't do this here because League of Legends uses Q, W, E, and R. These are all locked. Please, if we are going to give us rebindable keys, developers, please don't give us some that we can bind and some that we can't. That's just wrong. Gameplay options is that. You got the sensitivity, that's nice. Edge tracking. Tooltips, that's pretty nice. Your video, they don't have a lot of ratios, which I find pretty disappointing. They only have one size for windowed, which is what I'm playing in right now. So if this video looks small, I apologize for that, but this is all they have. They have all of these full screen, and then they have this dinky little window. You can turn vertical sync off, obviously. These are your graphics controls. I don't really know what this means. Oh, preset values for video options. So there you go. They have these things translated in layman's terms if you hover over it. You're going to want to dumb down the graphics, because online I've noticed this game can generate quite a bit of lag. For sound, obviously, you've got this. Back. I have unbound keys. It will ask you if you want to bind them. It's actually optional, which is pretty nice. Well, like I said before, multiplayer's got a bunch of lag, so for the sake of just like Brink, I'm just going to be showing you how this game works with a bot game. You have a choice between skirmish or tournament. I'm just going to do skirmish because that's only one battle, and I get the feeling this battle is going to take a long time anyway. All right, for characters, like any other MOBA, there's no character customization. You have pre-mades. I will run through those real quick. There's not a whole lot of characters out right now. It's certainly not as large as, say, LOL. You have two classes. You have your generals and you have your assassins. Generals have their own skills, and then they have skills that allow them to summon additional minions on top of, and they can also buy items to spawn minions. These guys just swarm out your minions. You have your regular creeps, but these guys also add to the waves. Eventually, if you get enough of these generals, you have massive armies on your side. Assassins don't have their own minions. They can't buy minion items. Their sole purpose is to kill other assassins and other generals. They're just there for... So it's a choice if you like managing, if you're into champions that allow you to have your own little army behind them, you go for these guys. Specifically, my personal favorite for the generals are Lord Ebrius and the Queen of Thorns, because both of these guys just absolutely rush out people. Oak's pretty cool too, because he animates dead, which is pretty nice. He also has a gigantic axe. Then for assassins, my two favorites are Torchlight, who is a mage that alternates between fire and ice at will, and the Unclean Beast, who is just a... well, he's what the name implies. He's an unclean beast. You have some other guys here, and it's all personal preference, like Unclean Beast and Torchlight. They're really squishy, but I prefer the squishy, hard-hitting guys. If you prefer the bigger, tankier guys, you can play someone like Rook, who, if I remember right, he has an ability that makes him tankier by removing by making buildings less tank, which I think is pretty interesting. You have other guys like Regulus, who's just this absolutely ridiculous sniper. And yeah, you got Oculus. He's sort of like he's pretty much a mage. Like, his minions are all just like magical auras and stuff like that. Syndra's a ice person. She'll have like yetis and stuff on top of the other minions. Alright. I normally play Lord Erebus, but I'm actually going to take... I think this time I'm actually going to take a look at Torchbearer. Torchlight, lol. So I will be playing Torchbearer along with 2 other AIs. Just get these guys up to normal, actually. I don't want 2 Queen of Thorns. That's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm just going to go ahead and set all these guys to random as soon as this thing cooperates. Okay. They have a good amount of maps, unlike other places. You remember, LoL only has 2. Well, it's got 3, but nobody cares about Twisted Tree Line. These have a whole bunch of different arenas. They also have different play modes, which is pretty nice. I'm not sure how you adjust those, though. I'm going to be playing on Crucible, because this is actually my favorite map. Oh, here we go. Victory conditions, you got Conquest, which is destroy the enemy citadel. That's a standard Dota MOBA setup. You have Dominate, which is... It's kind of like Dominion from LoL. It's control. You collect all the flags and you hold them. Slaughter you achieve by killing a certain number of enemy champions, and then Fortress, a certain number of enemy fortresses. You can adjust the flag capture. You can actually adjust all of this. This is really cool. It's my first time I've ever actually taken a look at this. You can also adjust the income, the starting gold. I have started on Filthy Rich before. It's hilarious. Starting levels, that's pretty nice. You can adjust the hit points. You can make the creeps tankier, the towers tankier. You can make the death penalty bigger. Draconic. Alright. So the story of Demigods is there's the forces of light and there's the forces of darkness. There is an opening in the pantheon of the gods where all the demigods come to fight in a tournament. The best fighter of them all will fill the position of that role and become a god. So these guys are here just duking it all out. Not much of a story, but then again, MOBAs aren't known for their stories. Without further ado, let's kick this off. Deep freeze increases the cooldown of enemy demigods. That is good to know. At the beginning, you get your choice between your starting items. As you can see, Torchbearer, you can actually choose if you want to go down the ice path or if you want to go down the fire path. I think for now I'm just going to go down the fire path. So at the start, you're going to want to equip your starting skill and you're going to want your starting item. I think I'm going to start with Plate Visor because this is actually 35% mana per second is pretty good on him. He's very mana heavy. It seems when I'm not in full screen, I can't adjust the camera using. It seems I can't adjust the camera via the mouse like I can with the other, like I can in full screen. That's that's not very good actually. That's pretty bad. And it looks like they have another torchbearer. I'm gonna go ahead and switch to my fire mode so I can actually use my skills. It seems they just got first blood, and wow, this guy likes to laugh. He's pretty maniacal. Apparently this guy's schizophrenic, which is pretty pleasant. Alright, so while the obvious objective is the enemy citadel, what I'm going to want to do is go around and capture these flags, because flags actually give you bonuses. Like this is cooldown reduction. This one over here controls the nearby structures. How this works, how gold works in this game is you control gold mines for your income. You don't get gold by last hitting. You will get gold by killing enemy champions. You won't get it from last hitting creeps. You certainly won't get it from farming creeps. Your main source of gold income is from the gold mines. Yeah, you better run. Ba-bam. Up, she got away. No big deal. So what you want to do with this game is you don't want to bother last hitting. You want to just push. If you're fighting these creeps, you want to just push. All right, I leveled up, so I'm going to get this other ability, this fire. It's a fire AOE. What is this scrub doing here? Uh-oh, my health's getting pretty low. Oh, no wonder. I couldn't tell that he actually laid down his AoE also, and I was sitting in it, so that's not pleasant. I need to get out of here. There's no recall in this game that I know of, which I think is pretty depressing. Especially when you're someone with, like, Torchlight, who is, Torchbearer. Next week, LordMMO reviews Torchlight and calls it Torchbearer the entire time.